the warnings are ignored. This is a conversation about AI and how it's going to be taking the majority of your jobs. And the thing is, it may not happen tomorrow, it may not even happen in 5 years, but it's certainly by 10 years, a lot of people will be out of work for various reasons. But let's utilize the situation which just happened to Microsoft, not just Microsoft and Xbox. It also has to do with Apple, with Meta, with Google, with Amazon, everybody. It's all the same thing. It's all going to boil down to this AI situation. Now, if we look at what's been going on with AI already, you see that these companies have been investing billions and billions of dollars into AI. Why? Do you think for 1 second that they're doing it to help you? Do you think they're doing it to make your life easier? They're not. They're doing it to get rid of you. They're doing it to make their lives easier, to make themselves billions of dollars, to buy that third cottage house in like the countryside by the lake or whatever. That's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be maximizing profit and minimalizing human interaction. And let's face it, at the end of the day, let's take the video game industry, for example. What ends up happening is that people cost too much. People are problematic. People are an issue. AI does not sleep. AI does not demand a 40-hour work week and nothing more, not a minute more. AI doesn't go on mat leave. AI doesn't call in sick. AI doesn't have to go home to feed their kids. AI doesn't have to take their kids to soccer practice. They don't have to do any of these things. They don't go away on vacation. AI works 24 hours a day and will continue to do so. And as a result, will be more efficient. Why do you think they've been getting better and better at this AI? You know, we saw the Will Smith spaghetti thing like 2 years ago, and it was garbage. And we're like, AI's going nowhere. This is obviously nonsense. But look at what they're doing now. They're utilizing it for politics by making politicians saying things that they're not saying. And people are dumb enough to believe that they're actually saying those things. Like when you've got Donald Trump talking about big booty Latinas not being deported, you know it's a joke. But some people out there actually are like, did he actually say that? Or whatever, right? Or Joe Biden saying, you know, whatever, talking about walking on sunshine or something like that while he's moonwalking across the White House lawn. Those things never happen, but there's some people out there. I know it sounds insane, but there's some people out there that actually are believing that some of the stuff. I mean, look at the Mouths movie. They don't match with the audio. I mean, if you're really paying attention, but there are a lot of people out there who do not pay attention to anything. And a lot of people are, you know, lemmings in this world. And they're the ones who are just going, oh wow, they actually said that. They actually did that. No, they didn't. And they will continue to do this. They will continue to get better at this. They will continue to improve for themselves, not for you. Now, you look at like Microsoft Copilot, for example. That's one, if you actually listen to this, Microsoft 365 Copilot is an AI-powered tool that helps with your work tasks. It doesn't help with your work tasks. It's learning what you're doing. It's learning what you're doing at work so that it can take over. It is learning so that it can actually figure out how to do your job. And once it does that, which won't take very long, that's when they implement it and say, well, sorry, Joe, you have no job because AI can do your job in 1/25th of the time that it takes you to do the job, and it does it just as proficiently as you do, if not even better. And this is what's going to continue to happen moving forward. These layoffs at Microsoft, just the tip of the iceberg. If you look at all the other corporations, they're all doing the same thing. I mean, AI was fun for a while when all you could do is, make an image of like Abraham Lincoln riding a shark, eating an Arby's sandwich with American flags and explosions everywhere. That's hilarious, right? But they're learning your jobs. They're learning how to take over. And the companies love it because at the end of the day, you can have 10 people running a company and then have AI do everything else. Back to video games, for example. I've talked about this on XNC. I've talked about this on my channel. I've talked about this on multiple shows. You look at a studio of 500 people making a AAA game that takes anywhere from 5 to 6, sometimes even 7 years, with an average salary of a 6-figure salary for developers. Even mid-range developers are making 6 figures US dollars. Now, you look at something like that, and you look at the cost, and they're like, oh, the costs of these games are getting astronomical. Do you think that it's the monitors? or the keyboards or the servers or the engines that are costing that much money. No, it's the people, because you have to pay 500 people 5, 6, 7 years to do those projects. The majority, if I have to say 80% or not higher, are actually just the salaries of the people working there. I am not condoning getting rid of that stuff, obviously not, but I'm telling you where this is coming from and why they are looking at it saying, well, people are the problem. People are costing us all this money when we can actually get the computer to do the majority of those jobs. You look at, like, even in a video game, pre-screenings, the visual arts that they do when they make the games, the storyboards, even like coloring in backgrounds, doing like entire scenes, doing renders, all that kind of stuff, even voice acting now. Look at where that has gone. Look at what happened to the video game voice actors strike and all that, because they know that AI is going to be taking their jobs too. Why do you even need people to do that when you could just get AI voices? Do you think anybody's going to notice if the next arbiter is talking and it'd be like, oh, that doesn't sound like the actor that was there? But people don't care. People don't care. And they will continue not to care. That's the other thing. You're looking for sympathies in the wrong places. Human beings don't really care about each other unless it affects them directly. And that is a fact. Unfortunately, it sucks, but it's the reality. And when it comes to even these creations of these characters and stuff, are they going to need to mocap anymore? Not a chance. Have you seen some of the AI videos and jokes and stuff they got running on Instagram? They look like real people to me. I mean, you could tell it's still AI. It's got that weird sort of like look to it or whatever. But in a video game, would it actually matter? Do you need somebody in a mocap suit covered in balls paws and then, running around doing like all this acting and stuff? No, they don't need to do any of that stuff. They could just have AI create the characters, and gamers will be more than happy about it. And you know why gamers will be more than happy about it? Because they won't have to wait 6 years, 7 years, 5 years, whatever it is, for the next Uncharted, for the next Gears of War, for the next Halo. They're not going to have to wait that long. For the next God of War, they're not going to have to wait that long. You know why? Because AI is going to make the games come out way faster in a release cadence that's going to be very reminiscent of what it was like back in, like, let's say the Xbox 360 days and the PS3 days, when you got entire trilogies came out in one generation. We can't even get one game in a generation now. Right? And then you look at that, and when gamers say, oh, who cares? Whatever, 500 people got fired from that company. Whatever, bro. I just got 3 games from them in the series. I just got Gears 6, 7, and 8. Right? I got Halo 7, 8, 9, and 10. I got Uncharted 5, 6, and 7. I got Tomb Raider 26. You know what I mean? And people won't care. You know why? Because they're going to be too busy playing games and having fun while they're taking their jobs directly in front of your face. And this is something that I've been warning everybody for a very long time. And the thing is, people say, oh, Matt, you're full of crap. No, I'm not. Start looking around at other industries out there and start thinking about it for 1 second. Go to the grocery store. Go to a big grocery store. And I want you to look at the 26 cash registers that you see lined up in there, and you see one person working at it. But you know what you also see? You see one person supervising the self-checkout. All of those cash registers, the empty ones, the 25 empty ones, and the one that has someone standing there, those are the 25 represented people that had jobs, people that supported their families, people that had summer jobs to help them put them through college or university or whatever, right? They're all gone. Now you've got self-checkout. Do the customers care? No, because if they go in there and buy, a package of hot dogs and some avocados and a few buns, they're just going to go beep, 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 and then off they go to the thing. They don't care. Do they even think twice about those 25 empty cash registers that used to be human jobs? No, they don't. You look at car companies. Car companies have been doing this forever. They've had machines making these cars now, right? Look at what Tesla did. Like, Tesla is all robotic now. And then what do they have? They have a handful of people running the entire company, basically supervising these robots. And then, of course, Tesla's making robots. What do you think that's going to do? That's also going to be pushing human jobs out the window. You look at not only that, car industry. You look at the grocery stores. You look at movie theaters. Movie theaters used to actually have guys work in the projection rooms and everything else. Everything's just a computer now. It's a click of a mouse. It's a click of a mouse that one guy can control the entire movie theater by himself. What do they need people for? Look at Twitter. They fired everybody from Twitter. Now they got AI robots. Hey, let's face it. Twitter X has not actually been all that great, but they got rid of like 70% of the staff, and now it's run on a skeleton crew, and the rest of it is run through AI technology, right? There it is. It's going to continue to happen. And like I said, let me tie this back into the video game industry. When you're going to see studios that had 4, 5, 6, sometimes even 1,000 people working at a studio, you're going to find that a 500-person studio is now going to be run by 100 people with 400 people losing their jobs. 100% that is going to happen. It's going to continue to happen. And another thing I've also heard people say, even in the higher ups have talked about this, and they said that people have priced themselves out of a career. And it's not just the video game industry, it's abroad. But however, in the tech industry, a lot of people have priced themselves out of work, because what's happening is, yes, they're getting those increases. Yes, they're getting those bonuses. Yes, they're getting those wage increases across the board. But you know what else is happening? The CEOs and the companies and the people that are sitting at the big oak wooden desks, they're sitting there going, this is getting out of hand. And it's going to come to a head. And that's why they're looking at all this AI tech. And all of a sudden you start to invest $80 billion into AI, right? Just like Microsoft did. And of course, all the other companies, Meta did the same thing, and Apple and Google and Sony and the rest of them, they're all doing the same thing. And the thing is, you're like, $80 billion, that's insane. Do you know how fast $80 billion can disappear in wages and salaries and bonuses and everything else that you're paying people? It disappears very quickly. So this is not a short-term investment. This is a long-term investment. So even if they put in $80 billion, $100 billion into it, 5 years from now, it's going to pay itself in dividends. Okay? It's going to pay itself in spades. People are going to be making, these companies are going to be making trillions eventually, all of them. I know some of them are already trillion-dollar companies, but they're going to continue to make more. And they're going to continue to do that. But like I said, it's not a short-term investment. It's a long-term investment, because at the end of the day, those AI technologies will not sleep and they will not get old. They're going to improve and improve and improve and keep getting better. And as a result of that, just like they said in The Matrix, we marveled at our own brilliance with the birth of AI. How many sci-fi movies do we have to watch before we understand what they're actually doing to us, to the regular person out there, to the people that work in these industries, pour their blood, sweat, and tears, and all their thoughts and all their creativity into something just to have a computer take it away? It's going to happen, and it's unfortunate. And what we saw just the other day was just the tip of the iceberg of many, many, many more things to come. It is a warning. I have been warning everybody forever, and I will continue to warn everybody as to what is coming. So don't act surprised when it happens. Once again, I do not condone any of this, but I'm just telling you where this road is leading. Either way, everybody have yourself a wonderful day. Stay magnificent and be vigilant out there, folks.